Hi guys, welcome to the first ever episode of the X Power podcast. It's a new weekly Xbox podcast, giving you all the things in the world of Xbox. In episode 1, we'll be looking at the state of Xbox in 2020 and beyond, looking at the current news, rumours and leaks, upcoming titles, as well as what we're currently playing. I'm your host, Martin McCurdy, and so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is Ori and the Will of the Wisps, coming up on the 11th of March 2020, so it's right around the corner. So I'm playing Ori and the Blind Forest, just to give you something to look at. Just gonna go and start a new game. So yeah, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Now, 5 years after this, the first game came out, and incredibly excited for that. It's one of my most anticipated titles coming up in the very near future. The game, from the trailers, I mean, this is the first game. You can see how incredibly stunning it looks, and the Will of the Wisp looks to take that even further. I'm playing Blind Forest on the Xbox One X. It looks incredible, and as far as I know, it hasn't had any Xbox One X enhancements up to 4K or anything. So what I'm seeing now is upscale, but it still looks fantastic. Obviously, Will of the Wisps been made, with the One X in mind. Obviously, will come into Windows PCs as well, but it's obviously going to be made, in 4K, so you get these incredible visuals, looking really, really crisp. So, if you don't know, Ori, the Blind Forest, Will of the Wisps is a 2D Metroidvania platforming game. So, you're playing 2D platforming, and there's puzzles, and you gain new abilities in order to gain access to new areas in the kind of Metroidvania style. It's playing right from the beginning of the game. We're going to meet our titular hero, Ori. Just looks absolutely incredible. So yeah, really looking forward to the Will of the Wisps. That's coming up very, very soon. In more kind of current Xbox news, recently added to get Xbox Game Pass was Plague's Tale: Innocence, a game which I've looked at, and the previews, I didn't really know if it was for me. The previews did not do the game justice at all. I've been absolutely loving that game. I'm currently on chapter 12, and the story has just been incredible. And the stealth gameplay, I thought would get kind of a bit stagnant, a bit repetitive after a while, but actually they've kind of introduced new mechanics as the games went on. And each chapter, there's 17 in total, and each one's lasted half an hour, 45 minutes. Apparently you're looking at a 10-hour runtime across the game, but with having fairly short chapters, I found it a very digestible game, so I've been really enjoying that. Also added to Xbox Game Pass just recently was Indivisible. It's a kind of 2D kind of action RPG. It's got a beautiful, kind of similar to Ori, it's got a beautiful kind of animated art style, and I'm looking forward to trying that. I haven't had a chance to play it as yet. And recently, this is just a rumour, it hasn't been officially announced yet. Recently there was a rumour that Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, a game which recently I tried it at launch, and didn't get on with it. It didn't click. I've tried it again. I picked it up when it was on sale there at Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. It took a while for it to click. The combat system, it's very kind of parry focused, and I've now completed the game twice, and I'm looking to do a third playthrough soon at some point. Absolutely loved the game, and I just wanted to see and do everything in it. And apparently it's coming to Game Pass in February. This was like a leaked image, but people thought it was faked. It might well be. Also, one that leak was the Division 2 coming to Game Pass soon, which I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Division 2 quite a lot. I played it for about 70 hours, and I really enjoyed it. I just basically played through the main story. I did a bit of the end game. But that was it. I was done with it basically for me, so I haven't really went back to it. But cool if you haven't played it yet. It's definitely worth checking out when it comes to it, or if it comes to Game Pass, if this rumor is true. Another game is Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I played a bit. I'll be honest, it's had a ton of bugs, and apparently a lot of it has been fixed in recent patches. I'm not really concentrating what I'm doing just now. We've got to go back this way. But yeah, apparently it's coming to Game Pass in February, so it might be worth checking out and see what they've done with the patches. So another thing that has came up just recently is Phil Spencer is tweeting that he visited the Initiative, their brand new studio that they've been building over in Santa Monica, and the tweet was along the lines of he was excited to see what they've been working on. It was new things and old things, and a lot of a couple of years ago now, there was a rumor of a Perfect Dark reboot, so a lot of the community has jumped on that, and I'm really excited at the prospect that's potentially what the Initiative could be working on. They could be working on a Perfect Dark reboot and also a new IP, and I was never really a massive Perfect Dark fan. I only played Perfect Dark Zero, and I played the original on Rare Replay. So obviously, it didn't quite have the same impact on me. It felt very dated and stuff. It was a really old game. Perfect Dark Zero, I thought was it was pretty good. I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was a decent 360 launch title at the time. It was great for co-op at the time. It was a fun co-op game. I enjoyed playing it with my boys. There is definitely potential there to reboot it into something more modern and something a bit special. There's been talks about a third-person, more kind of story-focused game. More kind of focused on Joanna Dark, the kind of character and her kind of personality. So it's something I'm definitely curious about. We'll see, if the kind of community is right and that's what they're working on. So also coming up very, very soon on the Xbox One is Minecraft Dungeons, which I've been really excited about. I'm not terribly, I'm not a big Minecraft fan myself personally, but it's more of a kind of Diablo style, kind of top-down perspective RPG in Minecraft, which is definitely I'm interested in. And it's going to be on Game Pass, so I'm going to try it. That's kind of the beauty of Game Pass for me, right? Like, there's certain games like Ori and the Will of the Wisp being an example, right? I know, like from playing this first game, this is one of my favorite Xbox One games, and I'm really excited to play that. So like I bought Will of the Wisp because I knew it was a game I want to buy and I want to keep it. You know, it's on Game Pass, but I wanted to buy that game. Like some Minecraft Dungeons, I'll check it out on Game Pass because I'm not 100% sure whether I like it or not. Not being a Minecraft fan, obviously Minecraft is massive. You know, it's one of the biggest games in the world. So to take that into a new genre, I know it probably pretty popular. And another game coming up is March 24th. Because Minecraft Dungeons hasn't got a release date. I think it's just spring at the moment. But March 24th, Bleeding Edge, a new IP from Ninja Theory. It's the first Xbox exclusive, or Windows 10 PC as well. The first exclusive title from Ninja Theory following their acquisition by Microsoft for the Xbox. And I've played some of the alpha tests for Bleeding Edge. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to see what the full game's going to look at. But again, it's something that I'm appreciative of Game Pass for, because I get to try the game and see if it's for me. They are selling it for $24.99. It's a kind of smaller project. I think that's absolutely the right price point for it, for people to either, you know, want to try it on Game Pass, or if they want to buy it, you know, it's not, you know, it's more of a budget price. So that's coming up very soon, and then in May we've got Wasteland 3 coming up, and that's another game where, you know, the kind of strategy games and that aren't necessarily my kind of thing. I have enjoyed some titles in that genre, but Wasteland, I like the look of the previews. Quite impressed with it, so I'm looking forward to checking that out via Game Pass. And then obviously, you know, in the fall we've got the Xbox Series X launching. Halo Infinite is the big flagship launch title for that. I'm incredibly excited for that. I absolutely love Halo. Massive Halo fan, and this, you know, I'm talking about it's being a kind of soft reboot for the series, kind of taking it back to the roots of Halo and, you know, what that core Halo shooter gameplay feels like. Definitely very excited. Talking about it being a kind of more open world sort of experience on Delta Halo, the Halo ring, and I'm definitely, you know, I can't wait to see more about it. You know, we haven't really seen too much, but what I've seen has left me very excited, and I can't wait to see it. You know, you got to imagine it's going to be a big focus for the Xbox at E3 2020. Cannot wait for it. Also, for what has it been? It must have been at least 3 years now. There's been the rumor of a new Fable game made by Playground Games, with a new studio focused on this new action RPG. That's all they're giving us, but, you know, it's been a pretty open secret that it's a new Fable. I'd be surprised at this point if it isn't. And we'll probably see that again at E3 2020. They'll have the big reveal. There's been some concept art from some of the developers. You know, they leaked on a kind of website for people uploading different artwork that they've been working on and whatnot. And oops. not really concentrating what I'm doing there because I can't talk and play this at the same time. But never mind. But yeah, so Fable, and I I loved the first Fable, loved it. Really enjoyed Fable 2. Um, Fable 3, I couldn't not get I couldn't get into it at all really. I've tried a couple of times. I've tried more recently with the backwards compatibility, and it's definitely like I love the first two, and it's definitely a game that I'm very excited to see what they do with it. In terms of modernizing it, I think it has an absolute ton of potential. So that's one I'm definitely looking forward to. Again, it's still a rumor, it's still a rumor, but it's been everybody expects it at this point. So we'll see. E3 2020 for sure is going to be exciting for Xbox, with everything either we know about or it's been heavily rumored that they're going to reveal. Then just recently, Phil and the team were in Japan talking to developers. So there's been more kind of talks about another studio acquisition. They've mentioned a number of times now that they mentioned a number of times now that they really want to pick up an Asian studio, was what they said. But they said they really want one from Japan, and people have kind of jumped on, they should buy like From Software, Platinum Games, and that would be amazing. It would, but I don't know if I can see that. There'd been talks about them buying White Owl Studios, which is Swery 51's current studio, and they're currently working on a game called The Good Life, which plays a dog, which looks looks very, very interesting. I do love Swery 51's games. He has these weird, quirky, very Japanese games. I love Dark Dreams Don't Die. I hope, like, if Microsoft buys them, I hope he gives them money to finish it, because they left it on a cliffhanger and never actually finished the story. Swery, he wasn't well as well. That was part of the that was a big part of the reason why Dark Dreams wasn't finished. And also there was talks about them buying a Polish studio. So a lot of people are thinking it's Techland, because of the Dead Island series and Dying Light. We've got Dying Light 2 coming up. Probably would make quite a bit of sense. The kind of smaller studio that might want to be acquired, by Microsoft, and have access to bigger budgets and whatnot. But we'll see. I mean, we probably won't hear anything official until E3 again on any more studio acquisitions. So exciting, but unfortunately nothing. We don't have anything concrete on that at the minute. So trying to think what else has came up fairly recently. Oh yeah, and now we don't have a release date yet for it, but Obsidian making something a bit different to the usual kind of, first-person open-world RPGs or top-down RPGs. They generally making a new game called Grounded, which best way I can describe it is like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game. So yeah, basically you're playing in your own back garden, and it's very, it looks very much like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, where you're shrunk down to, the size of an ant. You can see, like, so ants look massive to you, right? And there's some survival game elements to it. We don't know a heck of a lot more about it, and I think that was announced for coming in the summer months. So that's something I'm definitely intrigued by. Well, it's not releasing; it's coming into the game preview, the Xbox's early access program for the games. So that's exciting, and announced that the XO19 last year was Everwild from Rare, a new IP from Rare, which looks like it's going to be a more kind of single player focused game. Looks like it's story focused, and looks like it's adopted a kind of similar art style to Zelda Breath of the Wild, kind of colourful animated sort of art style. So again, we got a beautiful looking trailer, absolutely beautiful looking trailer, but don't really have any more details as yet. So that's definitely something I'm looking forward to seeing more of. What we haven't heard from a while is from Inside Xbox, when that's going to come back. And I think that it must be they must be going to do another one soon with with Ori and the Will of the Wisps, with Minecraft Dungeons, with Wasteland 3 coming up. I think we might see one in February. That's definitely something I expect, them to announce fairly imminently, is Inside Xbox. We haven't had one. I think we haven't had one since XO19. Because it was touted as a big Inside Xbox episode, like a lot of their shows are. So I expect that fairly soon, talking about some of the titles upcoming, soon, over the next month or couple of months. And then maybe a little bit, maybe we get a new Halo Infinite trailer, I don't know, or they might want to save that for E3. What else do I want to talk about? Whoops. See. See. Yeah, need to make my way up there. So yeah, so lots and lots of very exciting things happening in the imminent future for Xbox. Um, and I think, obviously it's been well documented that, this generation, their first party output hasn't been, it hasn't been great. Let's be honest. I've enjoyed a lot of the games they've brought out, but they definitely, when they bought these new studios, and now, we're starting to see the fruits of that coming up really soon. So it's a very, very exciting time for Xbox, and to be, an Xbox fan. There's definitely going to be a lot of exciting things happening in the very near future. Um, the last thing I really wanted to talk about is this thing with the initiative. I'm saying it's new things and old things, and also there was a recent rumor about a new Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, or a remake, remake or sequel, and KOTOR was like one of the best original Xbox games. It's one of the best action RPGs, I think. Period. So like a new one of those, I'm definitely very, very excited about. And this thing with the initiative, I'm thinking, well, what if it's them that's making a new KOTOR? Xbox is some partnership with EA, because they're still, have the Star Wars license for another like 3 years yet, and it's possible. And definitely, like, if Microsoft wants to have a big marquee title, to sell Xboxes, with Halo Infinite, obviously, they want that title to be like this year, the big game this year. If they want another, big title that is gonna entice a lot of people to buy an Xbox to play it, it's KOTOR. You know what I mean? Especially if they modernize it, if they have it more in a kind of modern action RPG style, like Witcher 3, like Cyberpunk. Yeah, I mean that would be amazing. Um, but that's just something I thought about. There hasn't been anything in to say that it could be them making KOTOR, but yeah, and obviously Microsoft has Obsidian, who made KOTOR 2. Which they could maybe help with the development or whatever. Yeah, so that would be something that I would really want. Not, obviously it was an Xbox exclusive to begin with, and I don't necessarily like the idea that it would be kept exclusive. If you don't want to, if you don't want to buy an Xbox, it'd be better if it was multi-platform. But they're building an incredible looking team over at the Initiative, and I think they could do an amazing job with the KOTOR remake slash sequel. If it is a remake, I'd really want it to be like on the levels of Resident Evil 2 remake that came out last year, or the upcoming Final Fantasy 7 remake, like a full ground up remake of the game, fully modernizing it, keeping the originals like non-linearity. You could go full dark side in that game and just play as a baddie if you want. I definitely want to see that sort of freedom in a new KOTOR game. So I can't wait. If the rumors are true, can't wait to see if it's officially announced. Again, probably won't expect that until like E3 sort of time. I mean, you know, even if it's not exclusive, Microsoft has been working closely with EA, with you know, lots of marketing deals. They had marketing deals for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. They had marketing deals for like Anthem. You know, no matter how Anthem turned down, yeah, they had the marketing deals for that. They had the marketing deal for like Battlefield 5. So you know, if it's a case of right, you know, it's not exclusive, but if you, or maybe it's timed exclusive, who knows? But like, if you buy it on Xbox, you know, you maybe get some exclusive DLC. Maybe there's some, you know, exclusive something big, like an exclusive planet or something that you can only play on Xbox, something like that. You know, but I mean, if it's the initiative making it, then I can't see them. I'd say it's probably going to be a full exclusive then, but who knows, you know. But that's something that I'm hoping is true, and I'm hoping that they're gonna tell us more about very soon. So yeah, so I think that about wraps it up for all the kind of current Xbox happenings recently. And I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will catch you again next time. I'll hopefully do one of these every week. You can check it out on mixer.com/big_angry_dad82 or on our YouTube channel. If you just search for Xpara Podcast on YouTube, you'll find it there. Unfortunately, I haven't got like, you know, proper URL for YouTube yet. But how you can help us out with that, if you go onto YouTube and if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Alright guys, so we'll catch you again next time. Thanks for watching.